This is Kindred of New York, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play story. I'm your storyteller, Yirco, and my troupe includes JT as Mick Birmingham and Trish as Valerie Moreau. This is episode 13, Meetings. You just got off the subway. It's about midnight, and you're on your way to call it a cafe, maybe more like a diner is appropriate, where Robert Larson asked to meet with you. But we ended the last session while on the street, a fog started to roll in. A haze, a mist, swirling and obscuring. Now, there's nothing immediately supernatural about this fog, except for the fact that it's pretty sudden, and nobody predicted this kind of weather for tonight. It is about midnight. The streets are not as busy as they would be in this part of the city during the day, but the streets are not empty. There are humans. There's kind walking up and down the street on either side. Occasionally, a car passes. So, you are not in a private setting by any chance. If any of them think that the fog is strange, they don't think it's strange enough to stop what they're doing.
That was going to be my first question.
For you two, though, this is all too reminiscent of the night that the Club Ascension burned down.
Well, reminiscent for her, right? Because I don't think I noticed the fog.
You didn't see any of it, no?
Yeah.
You definitely noticed the fog.
Okay, but distinct characteristics I missed.
You didn't notice the individual floating in the air within the fog.
Gotcha.
And speaking of that individual, faintly through the fog, directly ahead of you, this time standing on solid asphalt, is the silhouette of... I was going to say the silhouette of a human being. I suppose it is the silhouette of a human being. The silhouette of a person. Dressed in thick, dark clothes and a hoodie pulled over their face. At this point, they're standing several meters ahead of you, just at the very edge of the distance at which this fog would allow you to see anything. Valerie, though you never saw the features of this individual, it is a striking resemblance to the figure you saw outside of Club Ascension that night.
That's good.
What?
It looks like the person that I saw above the club when we left.
Oh. What do you gather? What should we do?
I mean...
They are standing there with their hands in their pockets, facing you, best you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe watching you to see what you do.
Valerie's just gonna call out and say, "Can we help you?"
I think so. This individual, who has a masculine voice at least, starts to take some slow steps towards you.
I think that's far enough.
Ooh. Feisty one, huh? You think you make the rules around here? You think you can set the rules of engagement?
Mick, chime in anytime now.
I'm watching.
Oh.
I need to see his hand first. He's just talking.
What do you want?
I hear you two have been talking about me.
Oh,
And you
Oh, come on.
I lost my notes. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
This is Jake.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Fucking goddamn it. I couldn't find my...
What?
Yes, you're the one everyone wants dead. Right?
Not everyone.
Well... Quite a bit from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Just your people.
Sure.
What do you want, Jake?
Thought we should get to know each other. He's still standing far enough back with his hood drawn that you can't see his features in any detail.
Mhm.
He's still just a silhouette, especially with this fog, which seems to just swirl around him.
Then talk.
Called on up to the big lady's throne. Big girl herself, huh? Just to talk shit about me? Must have been an exciting night for you. And that was after he killed 3 of my guys. He takes a step forward. And that was after you got Emily killed.
I did, didn't I? I keep hearing that. Sorry about your girlfriend. It wasn't my intention for her to die, but I can't control what other people do. I was trying to help, or at least what I thought was helping.
You thought you were helping us?
No, I thought I was helping her. How long have you been walking around like this? I don't mean in the fog with your hoodie on. I just mean in this situation.
This situation. Do you think you know my situation?
No. Well, I feel like I have some sort of an idea, but I'm sure there's a lot more I don't know.
He takes another step closer. I've been around, I don't know, years. I think at least a decade, maybe 2. Stop
Well,
counting after a bit.
longer than me, then. Still learning just how fucked up all of you are. And I mean all, not just you, but her, and the other fucks in the room with the big lady. No, don't give me that look. We're all very fucking touched, and I'm just learning the severity of it. I'm still trying to not be a complete prick and help people. Your girl died, and I'm sorry it happened. I was trying to help her.
You talk about her very flippantly.
Because I'm a little fucking fed up. Getting blamed for some stupid bitch's thirst.
He draws an arm from his pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Mick, you're gonna have to make a roll.
Can I... Can I blink behind him? Or to his side?
Ooh. Let's sort this out.
I think that means we're engaging in fight. If you do that, I can't fight.
Okay. You're trying to blink.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the rouse check.
That's a 2.
Your hunger increases.
Yeet.
And then in just a second, whoosh, you are standing next to Valerie. Next heartbeat, or
Blink.
bad metaphor. In the next instant, you're standing next to this person who identified himself, or at least did not deny that he was Jake. When you're there, just next to him for that split second, you can see under his hood. He's an average-looking guy. Seems like he was maybe 19 or 20 when he was embraced. And you noticed there's a symbol on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the fangs motif. It is the symbol of a half moon that is not tattooed but burned into his neck as if by a brand. It's a nasty, festering scar. Now you blinked and you moved very quickly, but you blinked the moment he started raising his hand. And so now you are going to have to contest what he is now attempting to do to you. I need you to roll strength and athletics.
Oh, okay. This isn't
You're good at
grapple,
that.
is it? He's not trying to grapple me, is he?
Not in any way that would that
Invoke
you don't
my
get your bonus.
skill.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Wait. What's a success?
6.
It
Six,
is. Okay, okay, thank you. I
Yeah.
don't know why I completely drew a blank.
We took a break this past week's and we fucking forgot how to play. It feels like
I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah. 6
Can you
and an
reroll
8.
any?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I could reroll 2 of them actually.
Okay.
So I'm
Go for
going
your roll.
I'm gonna spend a willpower. So I had 2 successes, and this makes 4. 2 more successes for a total of 4. Willpower well spent. So that's a total of 4 successes. I mean, whether he wins or not, it's good for me because I.
Mm-hmm. He rolled 6 successes.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Oh. Bye, Mick.
He raises his hand. So what happens in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Mick, you dash forward directly next to him as he is raising his hand. And then once you're there, you can see his face for the first time. You can see the scar on his neck,
Mm-hmm.
the brand. And then he lifts his hand up, and Mick, like a Jedi, you feel some force wrap around your body, and it lifts you a foot off the air and pushes you about 10 feet back away from him. You're suspended in the air. Your feet are off the ground. What the fuck? Did you just call her?
Oh God, what did I call her?
You called her a bitch.
I was talking about the one that killed her, you twit.
Ooh, convenient, huh? I got a couple tricks up my sleeve, and now you weren't talking shit, right?
No, I was talking about the twit that killed her. I liked Emily.
Stop fucking lying to me. If any of you cared about her, she'd be alive.
Yeah, okay. I'm not lying, but yeah, go ahead. People have said you're psychotic. I'm not going to argue with you.
Valerie, there's people on the street. A couple of them are watching Mick levitating a foot off the ground.
Like, how many people?
There's like 2 people on the other side of the street who seem to have been out for a walk for whatever reason at this time of night. They've stopped and they're watching. Could pass for a street magic show, midnight street magic show.
Sure doubt that.
It'll take an even more thin of an excuse if this escalates.
Would I be able to compel both of them?
No.
Or do I can't do... Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. I'm not doing a performance role to pretend like I'm a magical assistant.
Wrong
Sorry,
character
I'm not
for
doing
that.
Yeah. What about Jake?
What about Jake?
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to compel him?
Emphasis on try, yeah.
You can try.
Just gonna say... Put him down? I don't know how that could be interpreted, but...
There's a couple of things you gotta do first. First of all, his attention is not on you.
Right. I could also just say some slick shit to get his attention.
That's true enough. What are you gonna say to get his attention? Slick shit's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, if I had it my way, I would have given Emily to Valerie Duval in the first place, but I didn't get my way.
Ooh.
Mick's not the problem.
That'll get a look at you. Yeah, he's not. So are you the problem? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, you're so angry. How cute. Put him down.
You're trying to compel him?
Yeah.
I need charisma plus dominate.
Sure thing. I don't remember how many points I have in dominate.
You have points in it?
Yeah.
God damn.
I know I have 2 with compel and dementation. I just don't remember if anything else. Was that it? Was it just 5?
Just? 5 is good.
Yeah, but I don't trust myself. I also don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my health was at last session.
Oh, no worries.
Because I didn't normally write it down. But it appears I did not. The last thing I have written down is that I was at 1 hunger, so I'm gonna go with that, I guess. Okay. I got 4 successes.
He also got 4 successes.
Eep.
I don't remember offhand where ties go to. I think that's in your favor. So you said to put him down.
Mm-hmm.
Mick, you just drop that foot, and then your feet hit the asphalt again. And then in the next moment, Jake looks at you, Valerie, and he says, "You fucking bitch!"
Oh, can I blink to him again?
You give me the rouse check.
I'm doing this with the intent to hit him. Like, I don't know if it's possible.
You have to blink to him, and then you need to make a roll to try to hit him.
That's another failed rouse check. Ugh.
Goodbye,
Hunger
Nick.
increases.
That's
once
3.
more.
That's a total of 3. Angry, stubborn Mick. I mean, honestly, I just want to headbutt him in the face.
So you rouse the blood. You blink to him once again. He just got done calling Valerie a bitch. Give me the attack roll.
This is gonna be a brawl and strength, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore.
What happened?
I have 2 successes and I have 2 1s. One is on a regular die, one's on a hunger die.
Okay. Well, 2 successes. This guy's kind of scrawny. You can tell that physical altercation is not really his strong suit.
Yeah.
Are you using your lethal body?
Yeah. I'm angry.
There's
You-
2 onlookers.
Yeah.
You dash impossibly unnaturally fast again. Valerie, you hear those 2 people gasp in shock at what they just saw. And then, Mick, you headbutt him, you said?
Yeah, like he's gonna, like, for flavor, obviously, he's gonna lower his head and he's gonna dash forward. So when he impacts, his head just right into his face.
Mm-hmm. You can hear his nose crack. He is bleeding from his nose, his mouth, one of his eyes. Man!
Watch your fucking mouth!
Strength and athletics again from you.
From me? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like I need to text someone to get back up.
One success.
You
Like, I
strapping wall.
can't believe how poorly. Like,
Mick,
yeah.
you are flung by some
Yeah.
unseen force emanating from his hand. You are flung 15 feet
Okay.
behind you. Probably at Valerie's feet at this point. And as you crash, he rises into the air.
Oh.
He stares down at the both of you. I came here to give you 2 a warning. Say hi to your brother for me.
Well, who did he say that to? Oh, okay. Got it. Well, we both have a younger brother.
And he just drifts backwards and upwards into the sky until he crests over the top of a building. Valerie, you look over and those 2 mortals are staring up in shock at what they just saw.
Mick,
What?
she points.
I don't have a thing for this.
They both look at the 2 of you.
I'm gonna I guess walk over to them.
No, Bryn.
Isn't that's so weird? I
One of them
I didn't know magic.
grabs. One of them grabs the other's arm as you're approaching,
Oh shit!
and they're just like, they're clearly just kind of trying to go.
I'm sorry. We're practicing some kind of like street magic. I'm so bad at this.
They're leaving.
Okay. All right. Mick, help! Knock him out.
I can't. I don't want to hurt them.
It's a masquerade breach.
Man, can I just like catch up to them and knock their heads together? Just knock them out. Just think.
Have fun with the stain.
I don't know what else. No, well, it's knocking them out. It's not. I mean, it might hurt them a little bit, but it's not.
That is harm to an innocent.
I know.
Which would be at least one stain.
I know.
Do you see any cameras?
Like in the immediate vicinity, like any doorbell cameras, anything like that?
Roll your choice of wits or resolve, plus awareness.
Man, I don't know if he thought of that already or not, but why you gotta put that out in the universe?
Well, I mean... Why are there others? Okay, I hope this is plenty of successes. I got 2 10s and the rest of them were successes, so 4,
Wow.
5, 6, 7 successes.
Wow. I hope so too.
Yeah. And neither of those were on a hunger die, so...
The front entrance to a building across the street with a very nice view of what just transpired has a security camera, like a doorbell camera.
Well, that's pretty minimal, we don't know. Like, they'd have to actively check that, right? Like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to just make up your mind? Because if we take any longer, they're gonna get away.
I don't know. I feel like knocking them out is gonna be worse, but there's a camera over there, so it clearly saw everything.
Well, here's to hoping they don't say anything. At least they left. God damn.
Do they look like they're on their phones or anything as they're walking away? Like...
Not at the moment.
Okay. Alright.
Who knows what's gonna happen when they turn that corner.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just go. Shit.
Alright, well, we're gonna go back to Hell's Kitchen then?
You still had a meeting scheduled with Robert Larson.
Right. Let's go see Robert.
I gotta be honest, I thought Jake wrote the letter and pretended to be Larson. I was like, oh, we stopped. Okay, cool.
I mean,
Larson.
You haven't actually been to the location where Larson was supposed to meet you.
That's very true. Well, let's go. You don't have a tissue, do you? I think I'm bleeding.
Is it your blood or is it his blood?
I don't know.
He mentioned my brother.
Yours or mine?
I'm assuming mine.
Why?
If I had... Have you been around your brother at all recently? I was just with mine yesterday.
Well, one of the times that I did spot one of them was when I was near my old home. But if you are actively with your brother, then maybe it is, because he's clearly been watching us.
Go meet up with Larson.
Yeah.
You guys continue down the street, around a corner to a 24-hour diner where Larson asked to meet with the two of you. You go inside, and there's a couple of people here and there. It's pretty empty, all things considered. It is literally the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see in one impractically large booth, Robert Larson is sitting alone. He's got a glass of water in front of him and two more set out on the other side of the table. He's got his elbows on the table, and he's fidgeting his fingers in a very antsy sort of way.
Oh, well, at least he's here.
Well, Valerie's gonna go slide into the booth and just say, hey, you almost got us killed trying to meet you.
Mick's taking napkins off the table and wiping his forehead.
He looks at you when you say that, Valerie. He looks at Mick's face. He says, "What the fuck happened?"
Jake happened. Larson.
Jake?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Now? Here?
Well, not anymore, but yes.
And you still came to meet me? What the fuck?
Well, he left.
He left. God fucking damn it. He kind of sits up and he cranes his neck to look out the very small front window that you could actually see out into the street from.
Look, listen. Not to be, so negative, but you're already fucked. He has eyes in enough places. He knows that we've spoken to the Legion of Doom Council meeting. He was already aware of that. He knows that that something's going on.
And he knows about my family.
If he knows about your family, you weren't careful enough. But...
Like you weren't careful enough with Emily?
Hey. Try to do my fucking job. Alright? You don't know what you're talking about.
Look, the point is, he's got eyes in enough places. It doesn't really matter whether we came here or not, as far as his following goes. But he's pretty angry, so I'm sure he's off to fuck with something. I got him pretty good.
You got him pretty good. Okay.
I am bleeding a little bit.
I don't think Jake's an idiot. You got him pretty good. I don't think he's going to put himself in a position where you can just punch him again.
Maybe not again.
But he is the problem. That's what I wanted to talk to you two about.
All right. Well.
Prince said that your domain is forfeit until you deal with this problem, right?
Yes.
Until this problem is dealt with. So,
Yeah.
The way I see it, our interests are aligned here. And he kind of looks around, and he lowers his voice a little bit. The people I represent, they are hanging by a thread, as it is. This needs to stop. Jake is the problem. Duval is going to cut a path through every single one of them that she finds. And most of them are going to be innocent. Most of them are just going to be confused. They're not going to know what's happening. Not going to know. The only one who has to be dealt with is Jake.
How do you figure that just one head is going to just make this all go away?
Well,
You don't think that someone will step up and take his place?
I don't know. Maybe he will. but I know that this didn't start until Jake got here, until I started hearing about him.
You never encountered him yourself?
No. No, I just heard about him. Duval, she's having a good time right now. This is fucking Christmas for her. She doesn't want this to end. Not too quickly. Not until she's gotten her fill. And who knows when that will be. She's a fucking...
Sounds like she's just as much of a problem as Jake is. They are stirring each other's pots.
Yeah, well... Try convincing the prince of that.
No.
We're still... You know... Fucking... the fucking boys club, right? Arturo, Estevez, Payne, Kutka. No, there's a lot of traditionalist kindred in this city with a lot of power. They're not going to let her abolish the scourge. They want Thin Blood's dead.
Well, she seems like... Regardless, she seems like a problem. She's only going to make things worse. It's just an observation. I'm not implying we should do anything about it.
Yeah, well... We're gonna do what we can.
You've got an idea?
I know someone. Someone who won't talk to me, but maybe he'll talk to some new faces. Some faces who maybe show that they have a little more heart than the average kindred.
You know, not to sound like an idiot, or just be completely oblivious as I usually am. Why do you care so much? This is just me wanting to know. I've only been around for a short time. I'm still learning these things. I admire your passion, but why?
He kind of sits back for a second, like he's surprised by the question. He looks around as he gathers his thoughts. When you were... Before this happened to you, did you ever want to hurt someone? Did you ever feel that urge?
I'm a pretty angry person even back then, so considering the things I did, yes.
Anyone who's being honest with themselves can say that they've wanted to hurt someone before. That they've been selfish or wanted to be violent or...
Indulged.
Sometimes. You know, back then, before this happened, people let themselves believe that that was the wrong thing to do. And for the most part, they kept themselves in check. Well, now we got something inside of us that's trying to tell us to do all of those things. And some kindred won't accept that they can still keep themselves in check. I guess that's just my fucking smart-ass way of saying I think it's the right thing to do.
Good enough answer for me. You're the only one I've come to see so far that gives two shits about these people.
Yeah. Well, any kindred with any empathy learns to either keep it quiet or keep their head down, or else it puts them to the torch sooner than later.
Shows weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Prince is the only reason Duval hasn't... He makes that little gesture across his neck. And the only reason the prince tolerates me is that she can pass me off as a joke to all the other Primogen.
Do you think that's all it is? She wouldn't have you in place if it wasn't for a reason, more than that.
I mean, I guess there are other princes who wouldn't accept someone like me on their council. So, small blessings, right?
Just only hope that her intentions are good.
Maybe. She's also the same prince who put Duval in her position, so...
We all make mistakes.
Well... Is it a mistake? Is it a necessary evil? This guy I want you to meet?
Yes.
His name's David. He lives in the... well... He makes his haven in the Upper West Side. I'll give you an address. And he pulls out a pen and a napkin.
Forgive the bluntness, what is David?
He's one of hers. And he kind of nods towards Valerie.
Oh. Good.
He used to be the Scourge. He had the job before Duval did.
You survived not being the Scourge?
He retired.
Oh.
Said he was
didn't
done.
realize we were allowed such niceties.
Oh. Yeah. I guess Pinard got soft. Let him off the leash. He worked for Calibros back when he was prince, and then in the interregnum, he kept doing his work. But he never liked it. He was just really good at it.
Right.
When Pinard came into power, he asked her very nicely if he could stop. She granted his request, put Duval in his place. Duval, who was eager for it. It might take some convincing, but I think David can help you do the work that needs to get done now. Tell him that if he does this, just one of them, it'll save a whole lot more.
All right.
He might be upset when you tell him that I put you up to this. You're just going to have to appeal to his better nature.
What? Empathy?
Something like that.
Might be better if you do the talking, Mick.
Yes. I think you may be right.
Lacking in the empathy department, are you there?
Of course.
She's not as sympathetic as I am.
No.
I'm still trying to hold on.
well, I guess some people are just better suited to this existence than others.
Huh. Valerie knows she doesn't have to come with me if she doesn't want to. She also knows that we're a team.
Some team you two make. I heard the way you two talked at that, inquest.
Rough patches, everyone has them.
Sure. Has Duval talked to you yet? I'm sure she'd like to make use of you.
Already has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Did you agree to help her?
We did? Well, I did.
Couldn't stomach it, Mick?
I can't fucking stand her. Whether I can stomach it or not, I don't like the woman. She's vile. She's a fucking monster. We all are, though, I guess. Some monsters are worse than others.
How did Jake know about that meeting?
Oh, I don't know. He just said he knew. He probably would have told us had I not incited violence, which... my fault, but... all I could think of is he had to have already known where we were, right?
When?
And when Calibros came to get us. We were leaving... where were we staying at this point? It's all such a haze. Were we with Valentine in his area?
We were at the Waldorf.
We were at the Waldorf, and when we were exiting to go out on a task, Calibros appeared and escorted us, and so unless he's got feelers on the inside,
Crit
followed
asked
us.
for the room number, but that was after.
What was that?
Crit asked us for the room number that we were in, but that was afterwards.
Yes, that was afterwards. That is true. So I'm not sure how Jake knew about that meeting. Is there anybody that's soft to them that you are aware of amongst our kind?
Any that were at the meeting?
Right.
You
Well,
were
that
at
would-
the meeting.
Right.
Not a
well,
single one gives a shit about them.
Anybody
that
that would
leaves
spend...
Yeah?
I mean, but you wouldn't say anything, right, Larson?
Stop that. Who do you think Jake would go after, or is gonna go after, with all of this? Does he have an individual that you think he would target more than anyone else? I mean, aside from Duval, because I'm pretty sure that Duval's on his hit list. If she wasn't, she is now.
You mean anyone besides you two?
Yes.
Me, maybe. The prince, he's ambitious.
Anybody going after the prince's position?
Prince's position. She has a tight grip on that one. Made
Not if
sure of
she's
it.
dead. If he gets strong enough, if his numbers are big enough, and she dies, someone has to step up. Maybe
Well-
someone who's interested in that position is trying to coax the flames of rebellion.
After Calibro stepped down, a lot of Kindred were gunning for that position. I wasn't here at the time, but I heard it was it was a mess.
Maybe a bit far-fetched to me to suggest that they could take down the prince, but
well, I wouldn't put it past them to try.
Right. If everyone in that room hates them so much, with the few, very, very few exceptions, all I could think is someone looking to benefit from their rise.
Someone just trying to sow chaos.
So they could come in and clean up the mess and look like the hero, take power, that sort of thing.
Possible.
Who did we tell? Victor?
About the
Valentine?
meeting?
Yeah.
It was just those two.
I don't think they would have said anything.
You are the one that has to vouch for Victor. I can only say that I don't think Valentine would do such a thing, and that's just because I have my reasons, but...
I don't think Victor would. He has no reason.
He does seem not like the very ambitious type, so that's a good point.
Valentine?
No, Victor, not very
Victor.
ambitious. Valentine,
Very ambitious.
certainly an ambitious individual, but I don't... As a traditionalist, I don't see him doing such a thing.
Unless it was someone who was in the room with us during that meeting.
Right.
That would mean someone on the Primogen Council. Or Duval.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if she tried to start a bloodbath so she could jump in the deep
For
end.
fun.
Right. Exactly.
Fucking
Such a wonder.
wouldn't put it past her.
But how is she telling them?
No one is being watched 24/7.
Oh, no, of course not.
Gareth.
What about Gareth?
Did you
He's-
say anything to Gareth?
Yeah, I did. I told him that we had to clean up this bullshit. We've been tasked with taking care of it because we've lost our domain.
So we're gonna
We
go
did.
meet David?
The next
Right.
thing on my list.
Alright, well. Get out of here then, I guess. Thanks for stopping by and hearing me out. He picks up the glass in front of him and he takes a little sip of water.
Careful out there.
Thanks. Yeah, I do my best. I think you two are the ones who have to work on that, to be honest.
Well, it comes looking for us. What are you talking about? We don't go looking for it. We're perfectly safe.
Mick, you have me trapped in the booth. Get out.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Well, here's hoping that the prince stays where she is so you can keep your head. Long may she reign.
Yeah, here's hoping. If this keeps going the way it's going, though, she might have a change of heart.
Lawson, is there anybody in particular that, other than Duval, that would rather not have you around? Don't say any of them. I mean, specifically. I mean, Duval clearly has her issues, but she probably looks at you more like a shepherd than, something expendable.
Pain.
Pain.
The old one in the wheelchair.
Right.
His little... I don't know what the fuck that's about. He's a hardcore traditionalist. Sees them like vermin. Thinks it's He kind of looks around and he speaks quietly. The man worships the Camarilla, almost like the Camarilla is his religion. He thinks me being here is blasphemous.
All right. Understood.
Or also, Callahan. It's kind of funny. Callahan's supposed to be this big bad anarch, but he's more like Pain than any of the rest of the Primogen. He's old and
Comes off rather lazy.
lazy. Yeah, man likes to delegate, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, at least we know who to keep an eye out for.
Mm-hmm.
None of these individuals overlap with where David is, do they?
No.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Callahan's Staten Island. Payne's Wall Street.
Right, Staten Island and Wall Street. Really? Wall Street? How fucking typical. Alright, well...
Ventru, Primogen, right? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Valentine.
Yeah. Yeah. So fucking predictable. Alright, well, let's go to the Upper East Side then. Not Valentine.
Upper West Side.
Upper West Side. Wrong side of the state.
Do we have time for that? Because...
That's a good question.
Met up with the Sage already. That was today, right? It looks like.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I don't know if we have time for that.
What say you, Storyteller? Do we have time?
I think it'd be tight. I also think you might be hungry, so perhaps
Yeah.
perhaps that's a better use of your time.
Alright, maybe we should just go find him tomorrow. I need a bite. I exerted a lot of energy.
I'll go with you. Not hungry, but...
You understood. Well, thank you for tagging along. Try not to bring home any strays this time.
Oh, you're not this time. At all.
It's a little late and, you know...
If
seems
it's
like
like
a
a stray cat.
Right.
You can bring home a stray cat.
I can bring home a cat? I'm not bringing home a cat. Poppy would not get along with a cat.
Where is Poppy, by the way?
Who
You
the
have
fuck knows?
fully bonded the bird at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine he flits around from rooftop to rooftop or into trees just
Fruit top.
following, unless I called him fruit top to rooftop, yeah. I don't know what that means, but... yeah. Poppy just travels on the peripheral and comes in if I need him. Or if
All
it's
right.
safe. It's a precious bird, safe.
You're going hunting, Mick?
I am. Back at Hell's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, are you looking for any particular resonance? Any particular flavor?
No. I am not. I've already achieved what I needed resonance for, so...
Okay.
I don't think I need to do anything special. I get an extra 2 dice for being in our area, right?
Yeah, it is very well suited to your hunting style. There's a chance you might find someone of a powerful resonance anyway, so I'll roll for that.
Okay. Maybe it'll just... I don't know. I'm just waiting for you to give me the go-ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Give me the roll.
All right. 8 dice.
8 dice. Roll it.
Let's
succeed on at least one of them this time.
Difficulty 3. Easiest hunting rolls you've had all game.
5 successes.
5 successes.
Wait.
You manage to catch someone with a fleeting melancholy flavor.
Oh, does this mean I'm going to be sad now?
You experience for a moment a memory of human sadness. Something which, at this point, is starting to be kind of foreign to you. All of your emotions, especially with your humanity level, is
alien.
They're all filtered through the beast. This tastes human. This
tastes like weakness. Tastes like weakness. Yeah.
It tastes like that bit of true life that is denied to you and that you are always hungry for. Not to get too poetic about a one-off hunting roll, but
no, the flavor is appreciated.
What else is vampire for, huh? But being fucking extra about everything.
Can I take 2 sips?
You can take 2 sips.
Thank goodness. Sip. Much better.
What now, gang?
How much time we got left?
You got enough time to take care of, like, a little bit of business while you are, before you have to go to day sleep, if you'd like.
We don't need to reach out Kindred for anything, right? I think we have to perhaps start to be careful.
Probably should have been doing that from the start.
I do question, though, if he deals with anybody outside of the Camarilla. Jake would be outside of the Camarilla, so...
If it's beneficial to him, maybe.
It is, but... It would make sense if he did, honestly, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that's the answer. We'll have to ask. God, that would be an awkward... Never mind. We don't need Chris. All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna... I know, obviously, I watched Sage go back home, but I'm just gonna text him and ask how he's doing. He's probably asleep, so not worried about it.
Are you, like,
or just be like, hey, had fun... What?
Oh, go ahead. Finish, and then I'll
probably just be like, oh, hey, had fun tonight. Hope I can see you soon. You probably see her on her phone. I mean, she might not be open about it, but...
You, what... Who are you talking to?
Brother.
I'm gonna say something you're not going to like.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can't go see him. At least not until this is over with. He might know you have a brother, but it doesn't necessarily mean he knows where he is. He might, but there's a chance he doesn't. And if you go running to see if he's okay or to warn him and watch your back, whatever your heart's telling you to do, you could just be putting him in more danger.
I know better than to tell him about my problems. I've made that mistake with Sophia.
Well, whether you know better or not, I'd rather tell you and know that I at least tried. Doesn't hurt to hear it, even if you know it already.
You're right. I'm replaying the night. I saw someone watching us through the window. We got on the subway and there was a rat watching me.
Where are you guys having this conversation?
I imagine back at the apartment.
Okay.
A rat was watching you?
I mean, I could have been losing it. I don't know at this point, but I'm pretty sure the rat was watching us.
Sounds like someone's collecting information.
Yeah. So, but I don't remember you saying that I noticed anyone following us back to the campus. Was that right?
I believe that is correct.
Okay.
You did notice the rat that was clearly watching you, though.
On the subway, so...
Yeah.
And that person that was watching you outside of where you were, they ran off when you noticed them, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
But they know what he looks like. I fucked up.
Well, as I said, going to them may just make it worse.
Right.
I know that. I'm sure that's not easy to hear. But I think that's the position we're in. Yeah.
I don't even think it's safe to have someone watch him.
Probably not. It is rather unsettling that he was aware of our meeting with the Legion of Doom.
That's really funny.
Thank you.
I just can't. I can't think of who would have said something.
I don't recall when Calibros led us to the meeting. Were we covered? Were we visible? Was it only him that was hidden?
We went underground.
Sure.
I saw some other Nos in the tunnels.
Right.
But I mean, that would be. I don't know.
Speaking of Nos,
Great.
there is a knock at your door.
Oh.
I will go get that.
People.
Oh, right. I'm not used to these things. And he goes and looks through the people.
You see Kindred, and with his meaty glory all up and down, big old unibrow.
It's Crid. Should I invite him in?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Come on, fella. Come on in.
Hey! How you guys doing?
It's been a bit of an evening.
Yeah.
How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Got a letter for you.
Oh.
He reaches under his coat and he pulls out an envelope which had been sealed with wax, but the seal has been broken.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And he offers it to Mick, to you.
Is this specifically for me, or is it for both of us?
It's for the both of you. It's from
right.
Estevez.
All right.
Who finally decided to get back to us.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? One of those big shots, right? Yeah.
Hey, Crid. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask. So did it get to him like on time, or is it because we didn't tip you? It's like a 5 to 7 business days type of thing. She's smiling. She's trying to make a joke.
No, I gave it to him that night.
Oh, thank you, Crid.
Yeah.
Hey, Crid. Can I if this comes at I just have a business question about your services, and it's pure curiosity, and Do you only deliver and make contact with the Camarilla, or do you also, like, are the Nos back and forth? Like, what's the deal there?
It's an interesting question, Mick. Any particular reason you're asking it?
Well, she saw a rat spying on her. So...
Thanks, Mick.
And I understand that I'm sure the Camarilla spy on the Camarilla sometimes, but I mean, you're a smart man, and I know that you all have your hands in a lot of jars. I'm sure you know all the hubbub that's going on. I'm just curious.
It didn't look like a napkin eater, but I could be wrong. So.
It's just curiosity, Crit. If you can't say, it's fine. I'm not going to drag it out of you. I'm not going to try and buy that information off of you. It's just professional curiosity.
Yeah. Clan Nosferatu's been a pillar of the Camarilla since the Camarilla was.
All right.
You know, though, a lot can happen under the streets where no one can see.
Right. Right.
That's all you're getting out of me, though. Nos business. Fine. Top secret. We keep to ourselves. You know how it goes.
Of course. Yeah, yeah. All right. Lots of crazy stuff going on out there, Crid. Do be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I'm trying, friend. I'm trying.
Hey.
Think that you... If
you ever want to hear about Nos business, you two are young. Don't know if anyone's ever told you, but Calibros' old throne room from when he was prince, he still takes visitors there. Still offers advice if you need it.
Really?
Yeah. It's supposed to be public knowledge.
Just anyone in the Camarilla? Just...
Fucking civil service it is, yeah.
Curious.
You ever want to get there, I can tell you how. Free of charge.
It's good information to have.
Yeah. But, you know, the things he tells you might be different from the things I tell you, so, you know. Might have to pay twice, you know?
Oh, right.
Can't pay for your friendship, can we, Crid?
Oh, you got my friendship for free.
Oh, that's priceless. How could you try and put a price on?
Oh, but friends surely wouldn't spy on friends, right, Crid?
Ooh. You are young.
It's worth a shot.
Well, the man has a business to run, and there's more than just him out there.
Yeah. Whole world you two don't see. Both up top and below.
Interesting stuff.
Oh, yeah. Real fucking spy novel shit.
Alright.
You know, I've shot the breeze with the two of you long enough.
Thanks, Crid.
Thank you very much for your services there.
Yeah, yep. Good night, you two.
Safe travels.
He's out the door.
Yep.
I could have kept going. We could have been... Who knows how long we could have been saying goodbye to Crid.
I feel like Crid is one of those people that you talk to and they're about to leave and they leave an hour later because you've been standing in the driveway talking the whole time. Yeah.
You're like, all right, toodaloo. Yeah. Bye.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now.
I'm going to snatch the letter out of his hands.
As he's handing it to you, like I was just going to say, You do the honors.
Yep.
You summoned him.
You open the letter. To Mick and Valerie.
Spelled my name wrong. I'm kidding. Sorry.
I'm very sorry that I did not get back to you sooner. It's very busy up here where I am. But your situation does intrigue me. And I must admit, it was only at our most recent meeting that I realized the urgency of your request. Please come to see me at my chantry, known as the Maupassant Room, at this address.
Don't tell.
He writes an address.
Maupassant?
Maupassant.
That's very French.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. What exactly did we ask of him again? To meet with him, but what was it about?
Because Jake was fucking flying.
Yeah.
Magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he can still help.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'll remind you, you have 2 vials of
Money?
I mean,
yeah.
magic blood, I guess.
Crid gambling? Crid currency? Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
crit tokens? Yeah.
Yeah, those are crid tokens. Like, if we want something juicy, you just gotta dangle that over his head.
He was disappointed in the size, though, so...
Hey, beggars can't be choosers, alright?
Jesus.
The smaller ones are more potent, okay?
Jesus Christ. Alright, so we can, I mean, not right now, I imagine there's not enough
Martin.
time, but we can go see him too. Where is he? Where's Maupassant?
I'll
Yeah,
give you a
I've never heard
fucking
of that
address, losers.
How close is it to David?
It's on the other, it's like directly on the other side of Central Park from David.
Oh.
Yeah, the address he gives is in the Upper East Side,
Oh.
Madison Avenue and 77th Street.
And David's across the street?
David's across Central Park.
Oh, god damn it. That's pretty
Oh,
big.
Butchered that spelling.
Did you Google it? Don't Google that.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
spoilers.
I was trying to... Where were you
Not a
posting
real
the
place.
address?
Stop it.
Yeah. The address is for the Mark Hotel.
Oh,
Not the Maupassant.
my bad.
All will be revealed, all right?
That's the concern.
I just wanted to see it like I looked up the Waldorf.
Mhm.
That's all. My bad.
Y'all going to bedtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Time for day sleep.
After locking the door.
All right. You guys are going to day sleep? Y'all know what you must do.
Oh yeah.
Sleep, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, before we go to bed, can I do my meditation for my resolve?
Yes.
Okay.
I fucking failed
Yay.
another rouse check.
JT, stop it.
So you're
can't.
going to spend some experience points to increase your resolve score. Yes?
All of them. All of them that I have.
All of... Oh,
I have
ooh.
15, yeah.
All right. So, Mick, that puts you at 2 hunger.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 6.
So you stay at 1 hunger.
Fucking brag about it.
Get good.
I mean, I
A day
can't.
passes. The sun sets. Dusk arrives once again. About 6 o'clock. You have one person who is expecting you. That's Estevez. You have another person who you have agreed to meet, David. And, you have a whole city open to you if you want to get creative and think of something else to do.
Let's go to Wall Street.
Just go to Wall Street? Yeah, that'll work out great.
I didn't say how it would work out.
Let's just not. Let's not. Okay, let's not. Are you hungry?
You sure? Starved.
Again?
Well, I'm hungry. I'm not going to put it off.
Alright. Well, do that, and then I think we should go meet Estevez first. The 8 die.
Damn, 7 successes.
Nah,
That's a whole lot of successes.
That's a whole human.
Ooh.
I'm not killing it, just one sip.
Just one sip. Okay. Oh my word. JT.
Yeah?
Mick. As you are out hunting, you stumble upon a deeply aggressive person.
Well, yay.
Someone not just angry, but someone, we'll say you maybe picked up a drifter who was just outside the homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they started a fight and were kicked out, or some such.
Oh.
You get the jump on them. You get your fangs into him. And when you taste his blood, you don't just taste the anger, you taste a lifetime of rage. And his blood is so powerful. Let me see here. The blood that you taste is so potent that you can feel this, this powerful rage inside you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to experience... You're going to experience something called the Disgracia.
Oh.
In this Disgracia, make a note of this.
Okay.
You're going to get a 2 dice bonus to one test against a perceived enemy of yours. Someone who you hate, someone who makes you angry.
Where's Gareth?
2
dice bonus to 1 test against someone I identify as an enemy?
Yeah.
And
you
how
are
long
going to
do I
have... You have this bonus until you use it, until your hunger reaches 5, or until the next time you feed, whichever comes first.
And it's called Disgracia.
It's called the Disgracia. A Disgracia is a special boon or benefit which you acquire from feeding on humans of an extremely potent resonance. Not that Mick would know this, but...
That's my resonance.
Not that Mick would know this, but humans with Disgracias are prime stock.
No.
They're the kinds that rich kindred buy and sell and move between each other. They are exceptionally rare. And
Filet mignon.
indeed, yes.
It's beef Wellington.
Beef
You
Wellington,
just got
yeah.
really lucky. I rolled quite a number of 10s. For the flavor profile of this individual. So lucky you.
With a flavor profile. Hey, he's got to come around one of these days. So.
Yeah.
Over here rolling single successes on 8 dice pool.
Well, there you go. Hunt successful. Very successful.
Man, Mick's gonna just walk away from that, walking a jaunty jig.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling good?
Feel like reaching out and punching someone. Let's go.
Gonna move a little bit away from him.
Not you. And he's gonna pretend like he's going to and then stops. Kidding,
Fucking
kidding.
Major flinch. This fucker.
Valerie is giving you probably one of the worst death stares you've ever gotten from her.
Oh, don't be a bull. Come on, I'm only kidding. Where are we going first? How far apart are our locations?
I don't know. Guess we'll...
They're like... Okay, if you look at a map of Manhattan, they are just pretty much exactly on opposite sides of Central Park.
And how long is Central Park?
Yes.
Well, it's widthways, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that does make a difference.
one's on the west side of Central Park, the other's on the east side. Specifically, the upper west side and the upper east side.
Point is, it's not going to take us like hours.
Probably not. I mean, you should probably go around Central Park.
Yeah, we can't go through.
You've both been advised not to go through
Yeah.
Central
That's
Park.
right.
Yeah.
Fucking God. That does make things a little more difficult. Good
That's...
thing we can just mind Uber somebody, right?
Yep.
Just take the train, guys.
Yeah, it's quicker, right?
It's quicker, it's cheaper, it's easier.
But it smells
Smells of the city.
disgusting.
All right, come on. Let's go to the train.
So you're taking a
Huzzah.
train to the Upper East Side. The Mark Hotel is your first destination, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you get out of the train, you approach the building. It's a big fucking hotel. What can I say?
What is it with you and leading us to people that own hotels?
Mick, what?
This is the second time now. Valentine was the first one, now this one.
Well,
Victor sort of, well, no, it's an apartment building, I suppose, but... Just an observation, it wasn't a criticism.
helps to have friends.
That's
I
what
suppose.
Valentine told me. For the lack of everything else. Of mine. My lack. Yes. Alright, let's go.
What?
I'm surprised he put my name on the paper.
You're making a name for yourself, I guess.
I hope it stings.
As you guys enter the lobby to the hotel building, at first it seems like there's just sort of the normal comings and goings of a relatively early in the night of a big hotel like this.
Yeah.
There is a front desk, but before you reach the front desk, a young woman approaches you. She's small. She has a petite frame. She looks like she belongs in a library, very much so, with her hair done up in a bun. Her eyes are not particularly present. Might say she's nervous. Or she just kind of gives that look, right? And she's wearing a very professional looking black suit. And as the two of you proceed into the lobby and she approaches, she says, "Hi, hello.
Hi.
My name is Massacre." And she extends a hand.
Massacre.
Massacre, yes.
That's very unique. He shakes her hand.
South African, thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Exotic, too.
Mm-hmm. Hi. And she,
Hi.
goes to shake your hand as well, Valerie.
Mick.
Mick, yes. And Valerie,
Oh.
yes?
Shake. Yes.
Oh, she already knew. Okay.
Yes. I am Eugenio's assistant.
Oh, never mind.
Follow me?
Certainly.
She leads you to an elevator. Once inside the elevator, she hits the button for the top floor. And then
all the way.
you have a little bit of an elevator ride with Massacre. I'm suddenly worried I'm not pronouncing her name correctly. Now that it got such a reception.
Is there a T in the middle and I'm just not hearing it?
No.
So it's like massacre, but not pronouncing the R.
Masika. Massacre.
Massacre. I mean, that sounds like you're saying it the right way.
It sounds like I'm saying it. Let's fucking look it up.
I really like the name. That's why you got a response from me.
I thought it was massacre, but
It seems that it is Masika. I
no,
like
I think
that.
it's massacre now. Having a good evening then.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Of course. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm just like this.
Oh, that's fair. Valerie can be like that too sometimes.
Yeah? And she looks at you
no.
like, oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I just like to get on her nerves sometimes.
I don't know what I did tonight to deserve that, Mick.
I'm just in a good mood. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just being playful.
Oh, it must be nice.
I had a good meal. It's, you start the morning right.
So
Breakfast
Estevez
the most
is a little
important-
busy at the moment, but I
Right.
can show you around the Malpassant room. This is the Tremere Chantry where we like to host our guests and show off a little bit of what we can do. And yeah, so I can show you around a little bit. Estevez, Eugenio, Primogen Estevez, Regent. He knows that you're here, and he'll be with you shortly.
All right,
Ding.
sure. Show us. Yes.
The elevator opens up to a hallway. Massacre leads you down a ways. Then she takes a right, then a right, then a right, and then a left.
Oh,
She was taking us all.
I was gonna
And
say.
then she takes another right, and then a left.
You have an excellent memory.
Mm-hmm. And then she takes a left. It might start to dawn on you that You've kind of just been walking through the same hallway, like repeatedly.
Yeah, are we just wasting time?
No. Just
Magic.
Yep.
Feels a bit like a fun house.
She takes a left. And then at this left, she comes to a door on the right.
Careful, Mick, don't run into the mirror.
Oh. I'm kidding.
She opens the door, and on the other side, there is a frankly massive open space. This is a hotel. This has to be maybe a dozen rooms or a few suites with some of the walls removed or thresholds opened up to create something, a space that sits somewhere between like a 1920s lounge and a witch's library. There is shelves of books of various dimensions and persuasions. There is a cabinet, several cabinets actually, with various apparatuses. Apparati? I'm not sure.
I think apparatuses is correct.
I think probably apparatuses, but I like apparati.
Fun to say. Apparati.
Things like silver bowls, glassware, vials of different materials. There are lounge chairs sort of arranged around the edges. Most of them, if not facing each other with perhaps a little table between the two of them, some of them facing inward toward a wide open floor space. There's a particular sort of odor to the room. It's like a scent of, well, there's a scent of blood that both of you will recognize. And on top of that, a hint of some kind of fragrant herb.
Patchouli?
I don't know.
That'd be like the worst. Blood and patchouli. Jesus. Sorry.
Some sort of fragrant herb and a hint of smoke. Something like something was burning, right? Masika takes a moment to show you around. She points out little this and that. She explains that this is the Malpassant room, and she alluded to it earlier in the elevator, but Clan Tremere does a lot of very important work for the Kindred in the city. And we have other places where we perform that work, but this is where we like to meet with visitors so that we can explain what we're doing and help people who have any questions concerning the clan.
All right. Fascinating.
Kind of nods and she looks at both of you.
Do you ever field questions and things like that, or is that left for Mr. Estevez to particularly do?
Well, in some cases, I might answer questions. Perhaps if my particular field of research is relevant.
Oh, what field is that?
I really shouldn't talk about it. I'm afraid it's
That's disappointing.
We don't share our work until it has results.
Ah. Was even a hint?
I can't.
Oh.
Thank you.
Can't blame me for trying.
Well, it's good that you're curious.
Certainly. So
After-
this is... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, please. If you would like to continue speaking with Masika.
So this is where all the demonstrations and explanations occur. Are we going to be meeting Mr. Estevez here, or no?
Yes, this is it. This is...
Oh, all right. Wonderful.
He should be here. He should be here. And just as she says that, as if on cue, you hear a voice, which at this point I think is familiar. Estevez. Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Masika. You can leave us be now, please.
Nice meeting you.
He's entered from somewhere deeper in the building that you have not seen yet or been privy to. And as he enters this sort of wider gathering room, he shuts the door behind him. And Masika, she nods and she says, yes, well, glad I could help. Regent Estevez, I'll continue with my work. And he nods and kind of... Valerie, sorry, I forgot about this earlier, but Masika here was the young lady on Estevez's arm at Arturo's party.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you would have mentioned anything.
Probably not.
All right,
But
cool.
it's good to know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is good to know.
Masika leaves, and Estevez, he looks at the two of you. He's dressed very casually compared to how you've seen him before, Valerie, and you as well, Mick. He's wearing a hoodie with the sleeves pulled up to his elbows and these just kind of like comfortable street pants and sneakers.
What's his visual age? Like, if we were to look at him like, oh, he's in his 30s or his 40s, like...
30s. 30s is about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helps paint the picture, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's got a bit of a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
So, claps his hands together. You two had questions.
You want to kick it off, Val? I have some questions as well, but it was her idea to reach out, so it'd be rude of me to not let her go first.
Actually, I think it was Victor who suggested this.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, he's
Victor.
not here.
Quite the character he is.
Yes, he is.
Thank you for seeing us, Estevez. Really appreciate it. So when our club burned down...
Yes, very unfortunate. Did I ever give you two my condolences?
I don't believe so, but to be fair, I don't believe anybody has, so no
Well,
harm.
Busy nights these are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We'd woken up during the day, and looked over the club, and there was mist and someone flying. No wings, because everyone keeps asking about that, and seems like some kind of magic.
It certainly does.
So, I was hoping maybe you would have some insight on it.
Well, with that sort of description, there's not too much for me to work with. He heads over to a bookshelf. A bookshelf. On one side of this bookshelf, there's this big glass. It's like a museum case, right? With this very rich-looking, ornate silver dagger placed on a stand. And on the other side of this bookcase, there is a, frankly, massive gargoyle statue.
That's
sort
good.
of sat imposing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sits his finger across the spines of the books, and as he does so, as he seems to be looking for a particular book, he says, "Magic is a process. Many sorts of magics can reach the same outcome. And the what is often less important than the how. The how is how a mage defines himself. So, unless you can tell me more about the process by which these effects were attained."
Ah, yes, I think that's where I come in.
Oh, he looks over his shoulder.
Yes, apologies. I don't mean to be so blunt, but it seemed dramatic. Just real quick, I gave the one to Crid that said fog on it.
I believe you did, yes.
Yes, that was the one I gave Crid.
Yep.
So, as you heard at the meeting, we've had our confrontation with the thin blood, or whatever, baby teeth, whatever you would wish to refer to them as. I know it's silly. I know.
I don't think anyone who takes themselves seriously is going to call them baby teeth.
Yeah, right, but alas, here we are. So during our confrontation, I acquired the means in which they do their craft, if you will. Apologies if to call it that is offensive. I'm not meaning to step on toes, but he's gonna pull one of the balls of fluid out. He'll show him the one that says acid on it. They seem to have equipped themselves with a variety of these things, and it seems to be where their power comes from. Or at least the ones that attacked us.
I see.
Is this something familiar to you? Like this sort of tool or process? It's like they've made a potion of blood.
You handed it to him?
Yeah. I still have the unlabeled one.
Mm-hmm. You handed the one that reads acid to him.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it. He kind of holds it in his hand. And he says, "It's still warm."
Odd, is it not?
Blood potion seems to be pretty apt. I might be able to take a closer look. He starts to kind of get to work. He pulls his sleeves up a little bit higher. They're already at his elbows, but he just checks them a little bit. He heads over to one side of the room and he gets this sort of lectern type thing, like a little pedestal. He picks that up and he carries it over into the center of the room. He heads to one of the cabinets. He opens it up and he takes out a bowl that seems to be cast in bronze, perhaps, with some sort of alphabet that neither of you can read, etched around in a circle around the outside. He sets this bowl on the pedestal. He heads to the case and he pulls out that silver dagger. He comes and steps over and he reaches his hand out and he makes an incision and he bleeds into the bowl. And into his own blood, he uncaps that potion. First thing he does is he takes his finger and he dabs a little bit, and then he puts that dab on his tongue. And he seems to kind of mull it over for a second. And then he pours the rest of it into the bowl, the bronze bowl, mixed in with his own blood. And he stirs that 3 times with the silver dagger. And then he pulls a cloth out of his pocket. He cleans the dagger. You can see that the incision in his hand has already healed. And after a couple of seconds, the mixture inside the bowl starts to bubble. He sort of leans over it, he inspects it. You can hear him whisper a couple of words that you don't think are in English, but you can't make them out either way. And then he stands up and he says, I'll give that a moment to work if you two have anything else that might be useful to tell me.
Thin Bloods using magic? Is that something normal?
Very few kindred are truly gifted with sorcery.
Right.
Though anyone could learn. My clan... Yes?
I have a concern. The ones that attacked us
Yes.
had these vials. We've recently been confronted by Jake.
Jake himself.
We did not
The man of the hour.
Allegedly.
Alleged, yes, certainly.
Couldn't deny it.
We did not see him use any vials. There was a fog, which may or may not have been caused by him. He was able to fly, and he was able to, I really don't want to reference pop culture, lift me off the ground and send me back. He was able to suspend me above the air. No use of these vials that I've shown you. He did this all on his own unless I missed something, Val.
I didn't see anyone else. I didn't see him use anything at all.
So...
He had his hands in his pocket.
If he's... Well, until he lifted me. But,
right.
If he's doing this of his own doing, I mean, if he's learned enough, perhaps he's even the one making these, but I mean, that I have absolutely no proof of. It's just a hypothesis.
I mean, surely this is something learned, right? Someone would have had to have taught him this?
Well...
Sorcery.
Sorcery is a skill that is learned, yes. However... What's the word? Some with a gifted ingenuity have come across their own methods themselves.
So it's possible to self-teach.
Possible.
But not easy. Someone who's had a decent amount of time on their hands could learn.
What might be possible, the Thin Bloods, they are Their blood is unique. Blood is power. Kindred blood, vitae. That is something altogether powerful. Frankly, it's the only power within us. Our magic, thaumaturgy, taps into that power. It taps
Right.
into the specific magical nature of kindred vitae. The Thin Bloods, though, their blood is not like ours. It's not like immortals. I suppose it's not impossible that the half-dead, half-unliving nature of their particular essence lends itself to heretofore unseen sorceries. It would be an astounding discovery if that were the case. He heads back over to the little pedestal with the bowl, and he looks inside where a good amount of it has bubbled off. The blood has boiled away until there's just a very, very shallow layer of fluid at the bottom. And he looks inside, and if either of you look into the bowl yourselves, there's little solid pieces that are floating in the water, in the blood, or are large enough that they're sitting at the bottom of the bowl within this pool of blood. Estevez kind of rifles through. He dips his fingers inside. He pulls out one little piece, a little strand of some sort of fiber. He takes a look at it. He looks closely. He dabs it on his tongue. Says, cheesecloth. He gets another little piece, a little meaty piece, something that seems kind of squishy, and he puts that in his mouth, and you can see him chew it for a second. That's a spleen. And then he dips his finger into the mixture, and then he dabs that on his tongue. And you can see him sort of think for a second. I taste iodine and lye. This was labeled acid. Do you have any idea what its effect is meant to be?
No, unfortunately, not a clue. Something violent, I'm sure, because everything they seem to have on them was what?
He drank it.
No.
And on your face, remember?
Oh. Bit acid.
Perhaps that's that one?
Maybe. One of them did imbibe one of their bottles and spit on me. And it was... Well, I suppose it was like acid. Projectile acid. I guess I blocked that out.
That is altogether fascinating. Well, it seems like this elixir, if you want to call it that, functions on some pretty... honestly, some pretty run-of-the-mill sympathetic magic. Principles of like and like. If you want acid, you make a potion with lye. Where's Laya base? I don't remember. Anyway. Is this making sense? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's fascinating.
And basic.
Layman's terms, please.
Layman's terms. Things have power. Everything.
Yes, our blood especially. Yes.
Our blood especially. It seems that the thin bloods, the blood of the Duskborn, seems to have properties which can awaken and take advantage of the latent properties of, frankly, otherwise quite mundane objects. If only it were so easy for us. Do you know how long it takes to find any kind of gestures to the cabinet with a whole array of what looks like ancient, antique materials of some sort or another? Seems like you could get the ingredients for this potion at a gas station.
Well, those with very little will learn to work with what they have, I suppose.
Suppose they do. What was that? That's saying invention, necessity, desperation, something like that.
I could think of no people more desperate.
Well. Has this been helpful to you?
Well, it's been very informative. I had a thought based on your descriptor of their blood.
Yes.
They're creating these concoctions with their blood, correct? That's the thought process?
He looks over at the bowl, which is starting to finally simmer to completely dry. And he says, that seems to be the case with what I know. I could use any more samples you have to learn a bit more.
I have one more. But I don't know what it is. It is unlabeled.
Well, anything else? Anything I could put under a microscope or
Right.
sing in Latin over, or whatever works.
Yeah. All right. I was saving this, but I think it's in good hands with you.
We
I'll
can't
give
guarantee it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying he'll give it to him. Go ahead. You can't guarantee.
It won't hurt him, or it won't hurt you.
Right.
Because
There's
we
no
don't
telling.
know what it does.
Yes. But what I was getting at about this being made of their blood, you specifically were highlighting half-blood, therefore not as pure. Would that imply that there's some sort of weakness to be exploited somewhere within all of this?
I would say just about everything has a weakness.
Right. Of course.
As to their half-blooded nature, perhaps I could find something of use to you, given more time. I cannot guarantee that I could discover it with this sample alone,
Right.
but this research at this point is not only, frankly, very intriguing, but is in the service to the city as a whole. What
Happy to
more
help.
could a humble civil servant such as I hope to do?
Hmm. Help.
Is there anything else I could help you two with?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I suppose I'll have Masika show you to the elevator again. Before you go, though, I just wanted to say, Valerie, you were an absolute delight at Arturo's little party. I hope to see more of you.
I think so. Valentine mentioned another party here soon.
Indeed he did. That's... Arturo likes to keep himself entertained. Mick?
Yes.
Be interesting to see you there this time around, if you're interested.
I think there's a place for an old bruja like me.
Oh, we could get you all dressed up, Mick.
You've done it before. I think I do cut a pretty good look in a suit.
Well, until we meet again in more casual circumstances.
Hmm.
Masika! And after a moment, a very brief moment, she comes in and she leads you back to the elevator.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's a worthy cause.
Hmm.
You have an elevator ride with Masika. And then you're down to the lobby.
Thank you, Masika. It was a pleasure. Sorry for mispronouncing your name.
It's fine. It happens all the time. It was
Look
nice
forward-
to meet the both of you.
Look forward to seeing you at the next party, Masika.
Yes. It will be good to see you there too, as well.
Hey.
You might recall that Masika barely said 2 words that entire party.
Mm-hmm.
She was very much there to make Estevez look good.
Hey, you could always tell people that your name's Massacre when you're angry, so watch out.
Is
All
this you two depart?
Think so.
Yeah.
Where to next?
Well,
I guess the other side of Central Park.
time to go in a circle.
I believe...
Do I have a text
Wait.
from my brother?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, he's not dead. Good.
Yeah, he just says, I mean, what did you say? Like,
I said, hope you got home safe. Hope to see you again soon. Something like that.
yeah, he just sends you, like, a very, like, non-committal, like, yeah, got hope safe, see you soon,
Yeah, I figured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a text back, so I'll take it. So.
Yeah, hey, I met this guy named Jake. He said that you know him, sends picture standing next to Jake, looking all buddy-buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, selfie angle, yeah.
God damn. Alright, David.
You
Remember-
guys... Oh, no, please go ahead.
Remember, maybe I should do most of the talking here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to interrupt you or anything if you have something to say, but just remember the angle that we're going for here.
Right. I'll be quiet. I'll be on my best behavior.
I think I've been doing a pretty good job. You know, I'm trying to be well behaved for you. I was very nice to Mr. Estevez. You know, I did mean to ask him if he was related to the actors or not, though, and I just didn't get around to it. I do like Emilio. He's very...
Emilio?
Emilio Estevez. He's an
Eugenio.
actor. No,
Oh,
the actor. He's very entertaining. Have you ever seen The Air Up There? It's a wonderful movie.
You stress me out so much, Mick.
It really is their last name, though. It really is a good movie.
You guys take a train underneath Central Park. Probably the fastest way to.
Is that
Kind of
allowed?
hilarious
So
too.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
know what
it
your
would be
problem
faster
is.
than walking across Central Park anyway.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with the train. I think it's... I can't think of the word. I enjoy it so much. It's charm. It's cut charm.
When Valerie is on the train, she is not sitting, she's not holding onto the pole, the handles, nothing like that. She's just standing.
I imagine she's standing there being rigid like that, and there's like a homeless guy sitting behind her who's asleep just in the middle of the ride.
Jesus Christ.
Give me Dex and Athletics.
Oh,
Because
really?
you're not
For
holding
that?
on
Yes.
to anything.
Yes.
Damn it.
I love flavor rolls.
Well, joke's on you, because I got 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yes.
You
all I
look kind
had.
of badass when the train comes to a stop,
lean.
and you like, yeah.
Lean, like, against the...
Mhm.
Just push her over. No, I wouldn't.
Cruising for Bruce and Nicholas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could try.
The train comes to a stop. Your stop, specifically. You head out up to the surface. Find yourself in the Upper West Side. Relatively affluent residential neighborhood. Pretty classic Manhattan apartment buildings. The address that you receive brings you to one particular apartment building. It's got a buzzer. You gotta buzz the apartment specifically. There's a moment, and then the calm. There's a bit of a rattle to it. You hear a male voice on the other end. It says, "Who's this?"
I'm Mick, and my companion here is Valerie. We came to speak with you about something. Lawson sent us along.
There's a long pause.
Probably should have specified it wasn't Duval.
I said Lawson.
Well, Valerie Duval.
Oh, well, whatever.
Sorry.
It buzzes up. Wait there. There's some time for you to wait.
Not every Valerie is a daft cow, all right?
Well, the only other Valerie I imagine he knows is Duval.
For
Given
all
the
you know,
circumstances.
it's a very Victorian-esque name. I'm sure that it's rather common in the older Kindred.
Maybe.
Don't worry, your name is not stained. Yet.
The door opens behind the wire mesh. and you see the image of a young man, maybe 25. He's handsome. His hair's cut short. He's dressed in a white button-down shirt that looks like it would be nice, except that it's not really been taken care of. It's a bit wrinkled. It's not tucked in or anything, and he's missing a couple buttons at the top and at the bottom, to the point where sometimes when he moves you can see his undershirt underneath. And he's wearing black pants, which, again, similar situation, look like they're supposed to be nice, but it doesn't really look like he keeps them in a closet. Seems like he kind of just bundles it up. You can tell from the wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the two of you. He doesn't open that wire mesh door. Larson sent you?
Yes.
What's this about?
It's about, it's involving Thin Bloods.
You can see him sort of grit his teeth a little bit and look away. He does not make a whole lot of eye contact, just in general. He sort of scans the area. He looks you both up and down, sort of assessing you. When he looks at you, though, he seems to kind of look through you. What
He's
about
one of
them?
your kind. There's been a problem, and Lawson and I have discussed I suppose you could say, the least impactful but effective way to resolve the issue. One of them is going to make things very difficult for the rest of them. And something needs to be done about the one to save the rest.
I don't do that.
Well, I understand your hesitation or unwillingness, but Lawson sent us to you for a reason. Not asking you to cut a hole through them to wipe a bunch of them out. I don't want to see that happen. It's just one. Because if this doesn't happen, the one who took your place is going to just rend them indiscriminately.
She's good at the job. They always want someone who's good at the job.
Well, I mean, no offense to you, but she's a bit much for someone who's good at the job. It's a little too much. I would rather not see all of them be taken down, or a massive amount of them, because of the actions of one. It's not fair. They don't deserve that. They have enough to deal with.
Who are you? And he's looking at Valerie.
A fellow child of Malkav. My name is Valerie.
That's like her name.
Unfortunate coincidence.
Is it?
Well, they're not related.
Is it unfortunate? Is it a coincidence?
I think regarding the situation, it is an unfortunate coincidence because, as she pointed out to me, I should have specified that she wasn't Duval when I told you my companion Valerie is with me, because the woman's name comes with malice in certain groups. I can't stand the fat cow. Not her, Duval.
Thank you for clarifying.
Of course.
Come inside. He
Sure.
opens the door for you two.
Thank you.
He leads
Sure.
you upstairs. Oh, yep.
I was gonna say she's gonna let Mick go first, so...
Oh, yeah. I mean,
He leads you upstairs to a certain apartment building. He opens the door and he lets you in, and you see that there is another person in his apartment with him. A young woman appears probably like 22, 23. She watches as the three of you enter. She says, "David, you're bringing them inside?" He approaches her and he gets real close to her and he speaks very softly. You could hear him if you were trying to without too much difficulty. He just says, "I think this might be important. I just need to talk to them. Okay?" She says, "You're not... Is this about work? Will you just go into the bedroom, please? Please." And after that little bit of insistence, she breaks away. She heads deeper into... it's a small apartment. But she heads through a door not far that clearly leads to the one bedroom in this apartment. She closes the door behind her. There's a small sofa. He looks at the two of you and he points at the sofa. And then he gets a stool from kind of like a little bar top by the kitchen. And he carries the stool over to set it down in front of the sofa. And he sits on that little stool. And he looks at the two of you. "So this is bad. I've had a feeling that things were bad."
there's a thin blood by the name of Jake, and he is raising a very violent resistance against the Camarilla. And he is the driving force behind it. He seems to be the key.
I thought that's why we had a scourge.
So I speak ill of the Scourge. I don't think she wants to go after Jake. I think she's enjoying the killing. I think she's going to let him keep running amok and keep becoming more and more violent Because it creates more and more thin bloods for her to kill because she gets joy, arousal, I don't know, something positive out of it. It's a theory, but I feel pretty strongly that it's at least partially true.
I always thought that they should get someone who enjoyed it. Kind of looks down at the floor, sort of tracing his eyes along something that you can't see. I tried to enjoy it.
There's nothing wrong with the fact that you didn't.
I was better at it when I tried to enjoy it. Just something to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So just one? You just want me to do one?
We're hopeful that the one will be what stops the rest of them. He's a driving force. He is the rebellion leader, if you will. But yes,
He kind of
just one.
sits more upright in the stool, kind of like stretching his back a little bit. I neglected to mention his physique earlier. I mean, he's not dressed particularly to show off, but it's clear that he was embraced very much in the prime of his life. Strong-bodied, young, and physically capable by the looks of him. Duval has something that I'd need.
What's that?
It looks like a pocket watch. It was a gift to me. I gave it to her.
Why do you need it?
It helps me find them.
Oh.
Surely she's not going to just give it up.
No, she won't.
I think I have the best rapport with her.
She's not going to give it to you.
Who knows?
Would you do that?
I could try.
Valerie. You have her name.
I do.
Did you enjoy it?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you enjoy it? He's looking you right in the eye.
What is he talking about?
I'm not sure. Getting ready to roll.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Give me manipulation and subterfuge. Mick, I'll take a wits and insight from you.
Okay.
I think it'd be good.
Oh yeah, we're rolling with all cylinders of this roll.
I only got 2 successes.
Hold on, let me dump those out.
I was gonna say that sounded like a lot more than there should be, but
I rolled 1 success out of 2.
It's fine. He could probably call me out on it.
How many successes did you get on your subterfuge?
2.
2?
Mm.
He looks at you and he says, I had to pretend to like it. Are you pretending not to like it?
She just gets really quiet and looks down.
I need the watch if I'm gonna do this.
If we can get it, you'll have it.
I could try without it. Be harder.
Right.
I'm out of practice. And I don't want to do it.
I understand. Well, we're gonna try and get the watch. One way or another. David, I appreciate you talking with us about this and even considering doing it. I can't say that I know what you're going through, but I
Right.
understand too, as much as I can.
I guess sometimes I just need something to do.
Right. Right. Well, I suppose. Do you have any other question?
I don't think so.
No. Well, David, do you?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I don't think I do. Jake, you said.
Yes. Been around for about, what did he say, 10 or 11 years?
Something
So
like that.
Well,
He dabbles, it seems, in sorcery of some sort.
David, he looks at the two of you, kind of looks down at his hands, and then he kind of rubs them together, maybe has some kind of like little fidget. Stand up, you two, stand up.
Stands up.
Also stands up.
David stands up and he moves between the two of you. Small apartment. He has to kind of wedge his way in between you two. And then he leans over and he pulls the cushions of the sofa up. And then, sort of in the bowels of his own furniture, he reaches down and he pulls out a sizable machete that looks like it could have come out of the nearest Home Depot, frankly. He kind of holds it. He flips it side to side, looking at the blade. He says, I think I'm still going to be pretty good at it. And that is where we will end our session for tonight. Thank you for listening. Kindred of New York is made under the Dark Pact for Vampire the Masquerade and the World of Darkness. The music you heard is by Scott Buckley. Our story will continue every Wednesday. We hope you'll join us.